What is up, guys? EJ here, back with another video, and today it's going to be my DVD collection for 2012 and part 2 of the Criterion Collection. So last time we finished with Ali Ferries the Soul. So starting off, spy number 215, what was that, 213, sorry. We have Richard III from 1955, I believe. Another one of these great Laurence Olivier Shakespearean films. Next we have spy number 216, The Rules of the Game, from 1939. Great film by Jean Renoir. Next we have number 219, Federico Fellini's La Strada from 1954. Next we have 221, Ikiru, great film by Akira Kurosawa from 1952. Next we have 224, Samuel Fuller's Pickup on South Street from 1957, I believe. 53, way off. Okay, next we have 233, Stray Dog, another Kurosawa classic from 1949. Next we have 248, Videodrome, of course, David Cronenberg's classic from 1982 with James Woods. Love the VHS design of that one. Next we have 249, The Battle of Algiers from 1965. Great film, this one, really nice edition as well. Next we have Shortcuts from, spy number 265, one of my favorite Robert Altman films from 1993. Just a great cast, great film. One of Altman's best. Next we have 267, Kagemusha, again from Akira Kurosawa from 1980. Next we have Night in the City from 1950, great film by Jules Dassin, number 274. Next we have My Own Private Idaho, spy number 277, great film of course by Gus Van Sant, starring Keanu Reeves and River Phoenix, and I'm completely blanking on the year right now. I think it's early 90s, 91, something like that. Next we have The Sword of Doom, spy number 280, great samurai film from, when this came out? 1965, that's right. Okay, next we have spy number 281, Francois Truffaut's Jules and Jim from 1962. Next we have spy number 289, Hoop Dreams, great documentary from 1994. One of the best documentaries ever. Next we have spy number 291, Heaven Can Wait, the 1943 version by Ernst Lubitsch. Number 300 we have The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, another one of these great Wes Anderson films with Bill Murray and so on, Owen Wilson, Cate Blanchett, Angelica Houston. Yeah, from when did this come out now, like 2004. Okay, moving on down, we have spy number 302, Harakiri, great samurai film from 1962. Next we have 306, Le Samurai, great French film by Jean-Pierre Melville from 1967. Next we have Ran, spy number 316, another great film from Akira Kurosawa from 1985. Get back in there. Next we have 318, Forbidden Games by René Clément from 1942, or 52, sorry. Okay, moving on, we have Dazed and Confused, one of my favorite Criterion sets. I should have it the other way around so the faces are pointing out. Great film by Richard Linklater, of course, 1993 classic. Spy number 336. Yeah, I gotta remember to fix that. I'll leave that out like that. Next we have spy number 374, it's almost falling out. Bicycle Thieves, or The Bicycle Thief as it's also known. A great film by Vittorio De Sica from 1959. One of my favorite Italian films. Next we have 376, The 49th Parallel. A great film by William Powell and Emmerich Pressburger. Next we have spy number 381, La Haine, or Hate. A great film by Matthew Kassovitz, starring Vincent Cassel from 1995. Great French film. One I saw back in the late 90s when I was working at Tower Records and Video. Loved it back then. Next we have 399, House of Games from 1986 or 87, something like that. 87. Next we have spy number 408, Breathless from 1960. Probably my favorite Jean-Luc Godard film with Simone Signoret. Great film. Next we have spy number 409, Terrence Malick's Days of Heaven from 1978. His first film, I believe. Yeah, I think that's right. Next we have 414, Two Lane Blacktop. Great car exploitation film by Monty Hellman from 1971, I believe. Next we have The Last Emperor from 1987. Spy number 422, the Oscar-winning film by Bernardo Bertolucci that year. Next we have 450, is that 51? It's hard to tell, it might be 31. The Thief of Baghdad, the 1940 version. Yeah, it was probably 31, because Vampire is spy number 437. Great film from 1931 by Carl Theodor Dreyer. Okay, next we have spy number, damn, these are hard to read, 450, Bottle Rocket. Yeah, Wes Anderson's first film from 1996 with Luke Wilson and Owen Wilson. Next we have 452, The Spy Who Came In From the Cold from 1965. Great espionage film with Richard Burton. One that I also have another version of in my espionage section. Next we have 459, The Exterminating Angel from 1962. Great film by Luis Buñuel. Next we have 476, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. My favorite film of 2008, directed by David Fincher, of course, starring Brad Pitt and Cate Blanchett. Next we have 488, Howard's End, Merchant Ivory production from 1992. Great film with Anthony Hopkins, Vanessa Redgrave, Emma Thompson, Helena Bonham Carter. Next we have 491, I believe. Yeah, 91, Z. Great film by Costa Gavras from 1969. Next we have 516, Criterion edition of Stagecoach, one of my favorite westerns, classic John Ford, John Wayne from 1939. I also have a version in my western section. Next we have 536, The Thin Red Line, one of my favorite films of 1998, the other war movie of 1998, of course, directed by Terrence Malick, great cast. Yeah, really good film. Okay, next we have 538, Paths of Glory from Stanley Kubrick from 1957. One of my favorite Kubrick films with Kirk Douglas, one of the greatest anti-war films of all time. Next we have 540, yeah, I believe that's 540, The Darjeeling Limited. From 2006, I believe. Another one of these, not my favorite Wes Anderson film, with Adrian Brody and Jason Schwartzman, Owen Wilson. Yeah, at least this edition has that sort of weird, sexy scene with Natalie Portman that was like a feature or opening. I don't remember what exactly it was, but I know that edition has that scene. Next we have 542, Antichrist. From 2008, great film by Lars von Trier. Next we have 543, Modern Times, one of Chaplin's best from 1936. Also got the Chaplin Collection edition. Same with all these upcoming Chaplin films. Next we have spine number 552, Broadcast News from 1986. Great film by James L. Brooks with William Hurt, Albert Brooks, and Holly Hunter. About television news. Next we have 562, Blowout from 1981. Great film by Brian De Palma with John Travolta and Nancy Allen. Next we have 565, The Great Dictator, one of Chaplin's best sound films from 1940. His sort of send-up of Adolf Hitler. Next we have 586, Island of Lost Souls, a great early horror film from 1932 with Charles Lawton and Bela Lugosi. Next we have 591, 12 Angry Men from 1957 with Henry Fonda and George C. Scott, one of my favorite Sidney Lumet films, one of my favorite films of the 50s period. Okay, next we have spine number 593, Belle de Jour from 1967. Great film by Louis Buñuel starring Catherine Deneuve. She's absolutely gorgeous in that film. Next we have 594, Godzilla, or Gojira, the original Godzilla from 1954. Also have another version of that. Next we have 600, Anatomy of a Murder. Great film from 1959, directed by Otto Preminger, starring Jimmy Stewart. The fact that those fell is not going to help this last part. Let's fix that a little bit. Okay, next we have spine number 608, Harold and Maude. Great film by Hal Ashby from 1971 with Ruth Gordon and Bud Cort. Next we have spine number 611, being John Malkovich, from my favorite film of 1999, one of my favorite films of the 90s, directed by Spike Jonze, John Cusack, Cameron Diaz, what's her name, Catherine Keener, amazing, and John Malkovich, awesome. Yeah, one of my favorite comedies of all time. Next we have 615, The Gold Rush from 1925, my favorite Chaplin film. And my favorite silent film, period. Next we have 616, Shallow Grave, a great film by Danny Boyle from 1994 with Ewan McGregor, Christopher Eccleston, and Kerry Fox. Great thriller. Next we have 627, speaking of thrillers, David Fincher's The Game from 1997 with Michael Douglas and Sean Penn. Probably his most underrated film, actually, when it comes to Fincher. That and Zodiac. And last but not least, number 630, we have Rosemary's Baby, Roman Polanski's classic, starring Mia Farrow from 1968. So that is the Criterion Collection. Up next, the final section. Finally, at last, we come to television, and that maybe 3, probably 2. We shall see how it goes. So thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see ya.